All right, Kansas City Chiefs. We are looking at the Kansas City Chiefs today. Um, Again, another franchise that has been around for a while. They were established on August 14th of 1959, 58 years ago, and their first official season came in 1960. They play in and are headquartered in Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. They were part of the American Football League from 1960 to 69, and specifically in the Western Division from 1960 to 69. Then the NFL AFL merger came and everything, and they became part of the National Football League since 1970. They've been in the AFC since 1970, and they've been in the AFC West since 1970. Their colors are red, gold, and white. Their mascot is KC Wolf. It's been their mascot since 1989. The owner is the Hunt family. The chairman and CEO is Clark Hunt. The president is Mark Donovan. The general manager is Brett Beach, and the head coach is Andy Reid. They used to be the Dallas Texans from 1960 to 1962 and changed to the Kansas City Chiefs in 1963. The team nicknames, they've had one. It's called the Redwood Forest, which was the defensive name from 1969 to 1971. And, well, they've won 2 league championships. They've won 3 AFL championships, 1962, 1966, and 1969. And they also have won a Super Bowl title back in 1969, Super Bowl IV. So they have won a Super Bowl before. It's one of these teams that you see. Like, I have not had many teams win the Super Bowl from my list so far, so it's kind of good to see that. But yeah, no conference championships, none. Division championships, 9. They won the AFL West in 1962 and 66. They won the AFC West 1971, 1993, 1995, 1997, 2003, 2010, and 2016. Playoff appearances wise, well, 19 of them. In the AFL for 1962, 1966, 1968 to 69, and the NFL, they went to the playoffs in 1971, 1986, 1990, all the way to 1995, and then 1997, 2003, 2006, 2010, 2013, 2015, and 2016. Where they have played, well, from 1960 to 1962, it was the Cotton Bowl. They moved to the Municipal Stadium in 1963, all the way to 71, and since 1972 has been a part of Arrowhead Stadium. Again, this is a team that, as of right now, they started off hot, like 5-0. As of right now, it hasn't been looking fantastically because they are 6-6. So their season turned around quickly. Again, this is a team that wants a title. They haven't won one since the 60s, really 1969. And so one Super Bowl title is fantastic. It's definitely better than some of these other teams that haven't even gone there. But we all know Chiefs fans, they would like a second Super Bowl. It's been a long time coming, and we'll see if it, happens anytime soon. All right, so the quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs is going to be Len Dawson. Now, Len Dawson is a Hall of Famer. He's a 7-time Pro Bowler. He's a 2-time All-Pro, Super Bowl champion. Started off his career with the Pittsburgh Steelers from 1957 to 59. Traveled to Cleveland for 1 year, and ever since then got stuck. And, well, I wouldn't say he's unhappy with it because he is a big reason of why the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. He's had multiple fantastic years. Again, he's won 2 rings in a way, technically. 1 Super Bowl, 1 just championship overall with when the Dallas Texans were a thing. This is a guy that's has put up some great numbers. He's had almost 30,000 career passing yards. He had a 5-3 QB record in the playoffs. Two championship rings. Overall, I don't know what to tell you other than that. Yeah, he's going to be a great leader. He's a fantastic leader. He's a Super Bowl MVP. He's an all 1960s team. He's been there before. He's done it before. And honestly, with what Kansas City's got, it's a great start. Len Dawson is the best quarterback to come out of this franchise, so I think it'll work out. All right, running back. So for the younger audiences, you might thinking, well, we should probably put Jamal Charles in there. If you haven't really heard of a guy named Priest Holmes. This is a guy that was a 3-time Pro Bowler, a 3-time All-Pro, a Super Bowl champion, and in a span of 10 years was able to rack up about 8,000 plus yards in his career. Was able to get about 86 rushing touchdowns itself. A guy that had about 339 receptions, had 2,962 receiving yards. So he was able to not only hurt you by running, he was also able to hurt you by the receiving end. So overall, what do you get? Well, you get both of those. And on top of that, again, he was a running back for the Baltimore Ravens. We all know about that, for 4 years. But those 6 years, he started exploding because, well, he was pretty great running back out there as a Chiefs player. And like I said, there's been some good running games, but honestly, you have to put Priest Holmes as this guy because he's had really one of those careers where you're like shocking you. Offensive Player of the Year in 2002. Yeah, it's one of these guys that just shocks you because he just came out of nowhere. He just exploded. He was doing a great job. A late bloomer, of course, but it was kind of sad to see him retire at 34. Definitely, do I see him as a Hall of Famer? Maybe in the long run with that senior committee. I don't see him as a first ballot. He just didn't have as many years of productivity. But if you have the Priest Holmes of what I'm talking about, the guy that had about 1,600 plus rushing yards, I really do believe that this team can be very much so dangerous because Len Dawson is there and having a running attack, that's dangerous. Alright, well, we're only doing one running back, one back there, no fullback, so we're rolling with 3 receivers and the tight end. The first receiver, the big receiver that you want to know, is Dwayne Bowe, a Pro Bowler, the guy that played from 2007 2014 out there in Kansas City before moving to Cleveland for 1 year, and that was the end of his career there. But you're looking at a guy that racked up about 500 plus receptions, 7,000 plus receiving yards, 40 plus receiving touchdowns. A guy that at one point was considered pretty much the best receiver in the game, one of the best at least. And this is a guy that's done it all, an all-rookie team, and he was a part of, like I said, a Pro Bowl, and in the discussion as being one of the best receivers in the game. So in my honest opinion, yes, I think not putting him on this list is detrimental to their passing attack. And with Len Dawson's leadership and everything, and Dwayne Bowe's really knowledge of the game and what he could have done, what he did in terms of playing career, I think they'll connect on some pretty good passes. All right, wide receiver is Otis Taylor. That's gonna be the second guy. He won a Super Bowl back in '69, so it's good. Len Dawson connection there. 2-time All-Pro, 3-time Pro Bowler. No Hall of Famer, but he racked up 400 plus receptions, 7,000 plus receiving yards, 50 plus receiving touchdowns. A guy that was, like I said, he's going to make himself available. He's going to be able to, if he can, when he has a good game, he's going to have a good game. He really is going to go all out, and he's, he connected with Len Dawson many times during his career. So, I mean, what's going to change, honestly, besides different defenses, different generations, in terms of playing each other? Obviously, it's all of all time, so of course it's going to be a little more tough on him. But Otis Taylor and Dwayne Bowe, I like the pairing. All right, and then we got Henry Marshall. That's going to be the third wide receiver, wherever you want to place him, honestly. Big body guy. A guy that also had 400 plus receptions and was a part of the Kansas City Chiefs from 1976 to 87. So all of his career was a part of Kansas City. Didn't even make a Pro Bowl, nothing at all, no recognition, and that's what you're going to see. A lot of what's happening with the Chiefs has been a lot of guys that have really just been overlooked. They've honestly been overlooked receivers when it comes to that Kansas City play. Again, I mean, you're looking at, my honest opinion, I mean, the guy that had a really great time was having Jeremy Maclin out there was fantastic, but the fact that he's only been there 2 years, he's more of a Philadelphia Eagle-esque kind of guy, of course, so I can't really just put him in there. But no, what I could put in is, we all know, Otis Taylor, Henry Marshall, Dwayne Bowe. They've been around there. They know the culture. They are a Kansas City Chief. I believe wholeheartedly that this passing attack could actually prove to be pretty vital, especially because the tight end is going to be, one of the best tight ends of all time. It's going to be tight end Tony Gonzalez. He's the best, not the best, but one of the best tight ends of all time. 14-time Pro Bowler, 6-time All-Pro. A fantastic career, of course, in Atlanta. Of course, he was very much so. I would say one of the best tight ends in Atlanta history as well, from what my knowledge right now is. But he's, in my opinion, the best tight end in Kansas City Chiefs history. It's the guy that played for 11 years out there, and or 12 years, and he killed it. He absolutely killed it. 17 years in the league. It's a guy that has over, 1,325 receptions, 15,000 plus receiving yards, 100 plus, 111 to be specific, receiving touchdowns. It's a big-bodied guy. It's a big-bodied receiver that, yes, you want to get him open because you know he's going to be open. He's going to be there and he's going to be open. And having Otis Taylor, having Henry Marshall, those productive guys, utility guys, as well as Dwayne Bowe, which is going to be your star guy, having Tony Gonzalez in there is, it makes your passing attack deadly. And honestly, Len Dawson, the passing attack's going to be great. The running attack's going to be great. How about this line? All right, left tackle. We're going to start with Jim Tyre. Jim Tyre was a 9-time Pro Bowler, a 6-time All-Pro, and a Super Bowl champion with the Kansas City Chiefs. Big guy, a big dude that, he was in charge of blocking for Len Dawson. So, familiarity again on the championship team. So he's been there before, he's done it before, going to be a great leader. And yeah, I think it'll be fantastic to see that he is starting out on this entire offensive line. It's going to be very, very exciting. All right, left guard, Ed Budd. Ed Budd was a 7-time Pro Bowler and a 2-time All-Pro, a Super Bowl champion. Again, another guy that led the offensive line to a Super Bowl title. Len Dawson, again, familiarity. So I think having those two guys pretty much blocking for Len Dawson, the Priest Holmes, not much to be nervous about. I think everything's going to be covered. Everything's going to be worried. Everything's going to be handled. Nothing to be worried about in terms of those guys right there in the backfield. All right, now the center of the team is Tim Grunnard, 1-time Pro Bowler, the guy that played from 1990 to 2000. He actually was pretty consistent at times. He had 6 straight years of not missing a start, so that's pretty great to see. I think he's a 1990 NFL rookie team. Like I said, part of that Pro Bowl in '99. Pretty much that's it, unfortunately, in terms of where he's at. But I don't really see much of, I don't see him being bad. I think Bud and really, I think Ed and Jim, they're going to be fantastic mentors to him, and it's going to provide some vital protection. I think Grunnard can hold his own though. So, all right, so right guard is going to be Will Shields. Will Shields be right guard there. Hall of Famer, 12-time All-Pro, 2-time All-Pro, 12-time Pro Bowler, and one of the best guards of all time. Just recently been inducted in 2015 into the Hall. A guy that, besides 1993, never missed a start. It's a guy that played over 200 games, started over 200 games, reliable. Not much I can say other than that. Bud and Shields, yeah, they're gonna have some nice holes out there for Priest, and it's gonna be fantastic in terms of protection for Len. I think Len will love this line. This line's got, it's a big line, and it's just ready to be that influence, on the whole offense. All right, John Alt. So John Alt, right tackle, sorry. 2-time Pro Bowler, the guy that played from 84 to 96. Didn't really, in my honest opinion, he wasn't a terrible one. He isn't one of the best tackles. I honestly think that he'll be pretty fine. He's had a few years where he just never missed a start. So you're looking at a reliable line. That's a big line, and you're not gonna see much in terms of guys getting super easily to the QB, but you know, then again, there's a lot of defenses out there that can probably try to stifle this offensive line. But this line is very big, it's very beefy, and you know, I like this offense.